Hey, hey.
Oh, there's 10 people here. What the hell?
How's everybody doing? I have to announce that we're live. I'm so loud that I have my mic up and I can hear me.
Well,
Hey, everyone. Yeah. I'm just trying to get things going. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. And you're on now.
I don't know what she's doing.
I'm tweeting that we are live. They should know.
I don't know what she's doing.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Sorry, everybody. I'm a little frazzled. Did a lot of things last minute.
Hello, 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 hello.
No, I don't care about my car's non-existent extension.
But it does have extended warranty.
You might have to like we may have to play a muting game back and forth, or be in different rooms.
Well, the kids are going to be upstairs.
All right, well, Chris, transitions. Is this better? I was told that it was like echoey and terrible and bad. I have to find the live pop-out chat. Yes, he turned into an icon, but he will be back. He will be back. Okay. Sorry, we tried to do it in the same room, but he got these new like little headphones with the tiny mic, and the tiny mic picks me up all the way from over here. So thank you. All right. Hey, how is everybody doing? I'm going to say hi to people while Chris gets set up. Hey, CB. Hey, Steeg. Hey, Ray. Hi, Joey. Hey, Candy. Yo, yo. Oh, wait. Chris says whale. Yeah. It's just because he doesn't like to be separated from me. It's fine. It's fine. We'll make it work. This is the first time we're like streaming together, except for when we did it during the write-a-thon, but he was using a different headset then. And we still had to play a muting game.
The mute.
Hey, hey, Steve. We're doing good.
Steve.
Well, I actually released it an hour early because I was like, oh, I'm going to be streaming when I normally release my video. Well, that's a thing that happened. It's fine. I don't have a mansion in the first place, Steve.
Go buy us one.
So Steve can't buy us a mansion. All right, so we were going to have plans for today, and then stuff kept happening, and we didn't actually get to plan for today. So everything's going to be very much just on the fly and doing things as we go. Go ahead and introduce ourselves, I suppose.
What? No.
Yes.
No.
What do you mean, no?
Why do I need to introduce myself?
Because people don't know who you are or what you do.
I do
or
things.
that you have socials.
You didn't link them.
Yes, I did. I would have been yelled at by Fox by now if I hadn't.
So you should go first.
It's my channel. I always go last.
Well, today you're going first.
Okay. Hey everybody, I'm Writing Mom Samantha Nasset. This is my channel where I talk about writer things, parent things, and writer-parent things, which today is Wednesday, and that's normally when I put out new videos, which I did. This stream is here to celebrate hitting 200 and 300 subscribers, which thank you everyone, that's awesome. I will have the 100 sub video up Friday. I'm almost done going through the footage, and I've just made that my priority now because it should have been up before the live stream, but you know, that's part of why I did a live stream for 2 and 300. Everyone might have noticed the thumbnail said 400. That's because I'm like less than 10 away from 400. So I was like, maybe I'll hit 400 before Wednesday. But alas, I didn't. That's fine. Just means we'll have to do another live stream for 400. Why, thank you, Sophie. Thank you. All right, now introduce yourself.
Okay. I'm writing Dad, Chris Cabellero, and I don't do any of those things. I just shit post on Twitter. So you may find me on Twitter. I am currently writing a urban fantasy trilogy featuring these two brothers and one sister. They are siblings. So, I mean, I got a short almost up. So if anybody wanted to like look at it, they can. You can find me somewhere on Twitter, I guess.
We'll set you up a Google form where people can apply to be betas. So keep on the lookout for that if everybody would be interested. Links are down below. Though now I'm paranoid.
Or they're up above me. I don't know how this works.
No, they're below.
Right here.
You always gotta start trouble.
Don't listen to Stig. He says he hated it, and so like I had to like completely redo it, and like, and now it's yeah. He's gonna say something now, I'm sure.
I wish we pay more than that in mortgage for our non-mansion.
Yeah, but maybe he's got good credit, so like his could be like 400.
We have good credit.
He probably might have better credit. You don't know that. Probably like 800.
Do Norwegian credit scores even work the same way?
I doubt it.
Oh, being friends with Scorpio, right? Sting's like not even that into astrology, but he's on my train now.
I don't know how it's a full-time job.
It's okay. We love you. It's worth it. So how's everybody? Does anybody want to do any writing sprints tonight? Because I was debating between doing some writing sprints and not doing sprints, like in between some things. But I don't know. What does chat want?
Chat doesn't want anything.
Candy understands. Chat wants many things. It's just chat doesn't always get what chat wants. Yeah, Candy understands mine and Steeg's side of it.
Does she though? Like maybe she's got like uh
Yeah,
I don't
see,
know.
they don't have the credit system.
It's
It's more than a full-time job. Okay. So we're gonna start with some this or that, and then because nobody has spoken about the write-ins, Candy be here working over it. Should I put it up on screen?
I guess.
We will also be taking, like, if anybody has any questions, feel free to shoot them at us. Oh, she's pulling out her experience on us.
Nonsense. She doesn't look a day over 40.
I have no idea. You shouldn't randomly guess people's ages. What if she's 39? Then you're going to be in trouble.
Wow. Yeah, Stig, that outline's like almost a week late now, so I needed it on my desk already.
She says thank you. All right. So we're going to do this or that, and chat can participate too. I will list 2 things. I'm going to not do the food one because the food one is really hard.
For you.
I just edited our food this or that in the 100. No, sir, you're just as bad.
Am I though? I like food. I can't help it. It's like I can't choose between food.
I had to edit out like this whole sub conversation we had about fries versus potatoes, or fries versus mashed potatoes versus baked potatoes. It was ready. That's fair. He did. He has to like restructure his whole outline now.
Well, I know that. I told him to do it.
Okay, so our first this or that is sand or snow. Okay, so this or that is basically you will have 2 options and you have to pick which one you want. So like for sand or snow, which do you prefer, sand or snow? Stig prefers snow. What do you prefer?
Okay, that's his. These are all wrong opinions, by the way. The correct answer is sand.
I prefer snow to sand because snow's a lot easier to clean up. It just melts. Sand gets stuck in my hair forever.
I mean, this is all your wrong opinions, and it's completely fine to have them, but it's sand.
You're outnumbered, sir.
Well, I mean, I can be outnumbered, but I'm still right. So
see, like Stig gets it. See, it's okay. If Jenna were here, she'd vote sand for you.
I mean, I don't know how you guys handled sand, but none of that shit got everywhere for me.
Sir, we went to the beach. You didn't have hair. That's how. You were like still rocking your tiny hair at the time.
Don't look at that.
Why? Sir, it is from my sister who has our children. Tabby has sent a gift that says, I don't like sand. It's rough and coarse and irritating and it gets everywhere. All right. Night in or night out?
But like snow, man, you can't hold it, man. Your hands freeze. Your hands freeze. I can't.
No, you can't hold sand either. It goes through your fingers.
When you put it in the water, it's like sand mud. Also, best Spider-Man villain, one of the best, is Sandman. There's no snowman.
Everywhere, because he would melt.
No. All right, see.
Night in or night out, sir?
For what?
It doesn't specify. It's just night in or night out.
Well, I don't know. I like the idea of a night out, but I don't have that much energy to do all this shit outside. And so,
I like the idea
probably,
of the execution, however.
well, like night out in Clarksville is pretty drab. Night out in Orlando is better. There's stuff to look at even while you're driving.
Night out in the city that you're not supposed to say.
Spring,
I'm kind of the same way though. I like the idea of nights out, but I prefer to stay in most of the time now. Night in, pants optional, margaritas obligatory.
which I meant to actually look because I know we're gonna do our thing tomorrow. I was gonna see. Isn't the craft supposed to come out? I was gonna see how much it costs, but maybe
Ooh,
it's
yeah.
not tomorrow.
We'll
I don't
see.
remember.
It's not a riddle. It's just, do you prefer staying home or going out? That's all. Rocky Horror call out flashbacks.
I don't understand. I haven't seen Rocky Horror, and I know I should, and I know it's on Hulu now, but I haven't seen it myself.
It was a night out. It was a night in.
I'm sure I'll get that once I've seen it.
All right. Coffee or tea? It depends on if I have a
Tea?
migraine or not. I like tea
I don't-
more most of the time, but if I have a really bad migraine, I prefer coffee because it's witch's brew.
I think tea. I don't think I like coffee enough to justify liking coffee. Who's coming here? I see you.
So there's also like Universal, and there's some really nice bowling alleys. There's some museums and everything. There's a lot. It's a tourist city, so there's a lot to do.
There's like mini golf. There's the Ripley's Museum. There's there's like 500,000 things to eat. Tea is just
Coffee, coffee, coffee. Tea, coffee. I do like tea too, though. I have beef with tea and soups.
how do you have beef with tea? Stig, I don't think that kind of
Hold
palate
on.
works out in
No,
your favor.
I need to know if he's talking about like he eats beef with tea and soups, or like he has issue with tea and soups and he wants to fight them. I need to know
know.
which it is.
That just sounds disgusting. Beef and tea.
I have it all the time.
Yeah, but I imagine Stig doesn't put sugar in his because they don't do that or something. So I'm sure he'll let me know.
Hot chocolate? Well, that's not how this or that works, CB.
That's like the bastard child of everything.
Look, we're not having wars here because coffee is bean water and tea is leaf water, and they're really all just flavored waters. So,
Well, in the end, they both taste good once you have like a cup of sugar to both of them.
oh my gosh, that's not true. Not all of them. Oh god, aloe tea with sugar. Oh no, never again. Tea is just sweet. They don't taste anything alike.
What do you mean a weak lemonade?
You didn't drink it.
I
Soup is just weak. I have questions about Stig's tea now.
Yeah, his palate must be like terrible.
So mean. Anyways. Netflix, or the next one is Netflix or Hulu?
Well, Netflix is now on my shit list ever since they canceled the Dark Crystal.
Oh my god.
I won't forgive them. And now they're doing weekly releases. No fucking thank you.
I don't know if they're doing it for more than the K-drama.
I don't care. They were the last bastion of fucking releasing things at once, and now they're fucking it up. And Hulu has ads, so I don't like either of them. Fuck them both.
I watch Netflix more, so that's the one I'm going with. Netflix has Julie and the Phantoms. If you want berry flavor, eat berries. No, but I get thirsty. Berries don't cure the thirst. Netflix, because I don't want to go down the slippery slope of paying for that many streaming services.
Yeah, I understand. We pay for 80,000 streaming services now, so it's pretty shitty.
You really hammering down. It's a good show. Agree with
Yeah,
this.
like Julie and the Phantoms is actually pretty fun. Like the boys are kind of stupid, but I mean, I don't know. It's like Gem and a
Right.
Hologram, but Ghost.
Yeah. Gem and the Holograms were also pretty. I don't know. I don't know if I would call them stupid so much as they're just thick a lot of the time. So, but it's fine. It's just supposed to be a lighthearted comedy.
It is.
To be fair, I saw Julie and the Phantoms had a gay couple, so my interest is piqued. They do.
They do.
Well, at least where we are, they're like flirting. So I'm hoping if I talk about it enough, then I'll get a job working for them. There are many things that would have hired me by now if that were the case. Funimation, for one.
Clever Fox for two.
I guess
They're
that's
himbo.
fair. I guess that's fair. They are himbos.
What the
Everyone
fuck?
is gay. All right, sunrise or sunset?
Son.
Yes, there's the second half of the word.
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to think.
So I'm gonna go with sunset because sunrise generally comes with a oh shit for me because it means I haven't slept yet.
Nah, sunrise. It's a lot calmer when there's like nobody awake.
Oh, we're getting a
Sunset.
lot of sunrises.
Sunset's like the sun's too damn bright. So like that needs to stop.
It's also bright in the morning.
Yeah, but it's better. It's burning off fog and shit. So
Sunset. In a perfect world, I'd sleep till noon every day. That's fair. See, this is also fair, but I work from home, so, and I'm not supposed to be up that late, but I am anyway. Oh no, this next one. Oh yes, Nintendo. Nintendo would have hired me by now to work on their Zelda stuff. iPhone or Android?
I will never own an iPhone. So it's Android.
I too am a droido.
Unlike Stick.
What is chat? I just don't want any fights over it to start because I think that's really just kind of. I think most rivalries are really silly, to be honest. So.
But what about PS5 and Xbox Series X?
Well, here's the thing. I hate Xbox in general, so, but like I'm not gonna hate people who own an Xbox. My mom has threatened to drive over her iPhone for years. Oh no. I would have been a diehard Android boy if it wasn't for my newly squired Mac. Now I'm like, but iPhone though. See, that's the other thing. If you're like using I think if you're using PCs, Androids can pair with PCs and stuff, but if you use like Macs, iPhones pair easier with Macs, so that's definitely a factor.
Well, I think Mac, has built itself on being really user friendly. So like I think an iPhone and the iMac like can handshake incredibly easy comparison to like anything else.
They say that, but me and Apple UI just don't get along. It's not this user friendly.
Okay, but it's like your grandma user friendly.
I don't know about that. You've met my grandmother.
And I don't know. Let's get her one next time.
No, she'll get mad. She's like, I just got used to using this new one.
Okay,
Why
they
is
change
it
everything anytime. They,
Anyway, I know my grandmother better than you. I spend about 2.5 hours a year on my cell phone. So, I spend 2.5 hours on my phone every 2.5 hours.
I'm currently on my phone now.
I enjoy Android and iPhone. I only use Androids for years, but recently got an iPhone and I like it a lot. Cool. I've had an iPhone for 6 years now. No regrets here. Cool. I need user-friendly UI for my little pea brain, so it sounds about right. All right. Another very divisive one. Summer or winter?
Summer.
I prefer summer to winter.
There's no, unless it's like Florida winter where it's like 90 degrees.
No, we're going with the normal seasons where summer is hot and warm and winter is cold.
Well, then I don't like it when it's cold. I like it when it's hot. A Norwegian summer is still like winter.
Winter, summer. It's still summer. Summer. Fall. That's not how this or that's work.
They just take a third option.
Well, see, because if we could do that, I'd be picking different shit all the time.
You pick fall.
I would. Well, I don't know if I would this year. Fall came, migraine came and stayed. I ain't liking it right now. Winter then, Callie's on fire 10 out of 12 months, so give me all that's fair. Winter. All right. TV shows or movies? I don't know. That's actually really hard because those are two different storytelling formats and I enjoy both. But I'm probably more of a TV shows person.
I'm gonna go with a movie person.
I was about to say, you shouldn't have even taken that long to think about it.
Oh, there's some TV shows I like.
For every one TV show you like, there's 5 movies.
Like, no.
Yes. You only really watch most TV shows if we watch them together now.
I was watching Hell's Kitchen by myself before you wanted to start watching it.
You're in love with Gordon Ramsay, though. That doesn't count.
I think it does count.
And I said most, not all, so. Steeg's shows, CB shows, Candy, it depends. Movies, TV shows.
Is there more content? Or is it
Candy's looking for all the loopholes.
A miniseries is weird because it's like 2 hours long, so each episode's like one movie. But like a movie is like there's like 4 episodes.
Yeah, but you prefer movies because it has a beginning and an end and you know everything right then and there until like a sequel or something comes out. You don't like the suspense of not knowing, and you're not a binger. So sometimes it takes us a really long time to finish a TV show.
What about Infinity War? That left on the greatest cliffhanger known to mankind, and I had to wait a whole year.
And were you happy with that? Were you happy with that? No, you weren't.
Yes.
If you have to pull out exceptions to the rule, it proves the rule and shows I'm right.
No, you can't use me against me.
That's something I tell Tabby all the time.
Yeah, but like that's me.
So, Chris's fave TV show is Hull's character development. He just likes watching Gordon Ramsay yell at people.
No, my favorite TV show, by now, if you don't understand it now, Stig, we got to go back and re-record it, is The Dark Crystal. So fuck Netflix for canceling The
I thought
Dark
it was
Crystal.
Stranger Things.
That's why I said we have to probably go change it.
Not changing anything. All right, early bird versus night owl.
Nightbird.
So night owl, because an owl is a bird.
Then early owl. I can't fit into either of those.
You're an
I don't
early
like.
bird.
No, if I was an early
You get
bird, then I
tired
would.
at 10.
Okay, because I had to go wake up. I had to wake up
It
early. I don't like.
doesn't matter. You get tired before 10 unless you sleep to noon, which you don't ever do. You get tired at 10.
I slept a 4 today.
No, you didn't either. You took a nap.
I need
That's not
to.
the
It does.
same.
I just can't seem to work. There needs to be like afternoon pigeon or some shit. I don't know.
No, you're an early bird. I'm a night owl. The only reason you're not like consistently an early bird is you stay up late to spend time with me. And that's it. Otherwise, you would just wake up before like 10 every day.
Well, like you were like, I'm gonna stay up all night, and then you was asleep. Kids had to. They was at.
No. What I said was I'm going to try to stay up all night, but don't count on it because I don't know how my sleep schedule is right now with the migraine. It's what I said, sir.
Well, I counted on it, so that was somebody's mistake, but probably not mine.
Probably not yours. Stranger Things is good though, top 5. I agree. Night owl, right? Night owl. Hey, Steve. Welcome to the stream. Oh, the exhausted pit. I'm not clicking on the third options anymore, y'all. Early person by habit, night owl by heart. That's fair. Here, I thought it was to spend time. No, Sieg, he's mine. Oh, thank you, thank you. All right, smoothie or soda?
I don't
Smoothie
know.
all day, every day, if I could, but they're expensive.
No, I don't think I can drink all that. Probably a soda.
It's to be fair, it's not can you drink a smoothie all day, every day. That's just what I would do if I could. It's okay. There's more on the soda brigade. That's, I think, Chris's problem because when he tries to cut down on soda, he drinks carbonated water instead. Right? Smoothie squad. Candy betraying her own Dr. Pepper for life.
A Dr. Pepper smoothie.
I don't know how I would feel. I'd try it, but soda. Okay, sneakers or heels?
Sneakers.
Depends on what I'm doing. I guess I have to go with sneakers for the moment.
No.
I would say you don't control what I wear, but like half of the heels in the closet you picked out, so.
Yep.
Sparkling water is the tea, though. Soda stream is God's. You were just talking that good shit about tea earlier, though, weren't you? So. Yep. Remember to like the stream. We got a bunch of sneakers. I might change my answer to heels just because there's so many sneakers now.
CB brought up the Harley Quinn
No. No. God, I hate those. They just make no sense. Okay, for the record, if anybody wears them, they do them, whatever. But like when I'm shopping for shoes and I see them, I'm like, why? Why? It doesn't. A heel's a heel, a sneaker's a sneaker. They have different jobs. So that's fair. Freckles or dimples? And no, people can't say both.
Freckles.
I go with dimples because all of the children inherited my dimple. So, but none of them got my freckles. And I am a vain woman.
Well, stop it. I like how you took my water too.
Did I?
Yeah, there's one right behind your laptop.
Is there? Oh, so there is. Well, it's my water now. It's okay. Everybody else is with you. They like freckles.
I don't even know what a dimple was before I met you.
That doesn't mean you can't like them more than
That means I can't like them.
it's a weird, unexplained dent in your face or your butt. That's all it is. At least I have no idea why it's there. Lefty or righty? This one's
Right.
hard. If you're ambidextrous, you can have the third option here. I was born left-handed, so I'll go with that one.
The king awakens and he's going back to sleep.
I mean, I like dimples, but at gunpoint freckles. I mean, that's fair. Righty, righty. Hubby's lefty, I'm righty. That's fair. Yes? Okay, he can eat them on the stairs. We need to... He'll be fine.
No, I'm dying of thirst. Water! I need some water.
Then why did you leave it out here?
Because you stole it.
But you left it out here.
Because I didn't want to walk back.
Well, fair is fair. Middle? No, we're not doing that one. Sweet or salty?
Salty.
I'm gonna go with salty too. I like more salty things than sweet things, despite my obsession with honey. I'm gonna notice every time I take a drink now. I'm just a thirsty person. Salty. Oh,
Oh my
hi,
god.
Michael. It's fine. He can watch the streams. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, that's fine. This is our oldest. Steve says sweet. Steve says salty because I'm salty. Salty. Well, not all chips are salty though, so that's that. Caramel with sea salt, Steve's kiss.
That's a third option.
That, yeah. I didn't realize it before I clicked it. Neutrals or colorfuls?
Neutral.
Well, I guess I'll have to go with neutrals because I do like more neutral colored things and do more neutral coloring and stuff. We're doing good, Michael. How are you? Yeah, I assume they mean just like vibrant colors. All the color. So I'm taking that as colorfuls. Like obnoxiously Frank uniform. So, like Roxy's room. Color, I guess. Love colors. Michael also says color. Online shopping or in-store shopping?
Always difficult.
Depends on what
I
I'm
guess.
buying. I don't like buying clothes online, but like anything else I'm fine with.
In store. That way you can look at shit.
Would have been nice to know that the desk was tiny, tiny, tiny.
Yeah. It would have been.
Just, I need to update my wardrobe. Yeah. To be fair, you have very few stores to shop in store. In store. Yes, to never having to leave the house again. In store. Yep, see, it's just like, it's because you can't trust, even when they have a sizing chart, you can't trust it. Can't trust the sizing chart. In store. That's fair. Michael likes to shop online, babe.
Of course he does.
Stig
You
likes
gotta see. You gotta see what you're dealing with. Some shit is just not gonna look.
I agree, especially if I'm clothes shopping. It's just like for general shopping, sometimes it's a lot easier to do it online because I have 3 children I don't want to take to the store.
I mean, it's fine. It's easier, but I still want, like, even if I can order something, I still want to see it and hold it in my hands right now.
Sunbathe or get in the water? Get in the water.
The water. I ain't gonna be cooking in no damn sun. That's for damn sure. Y'all got me fucked up thinking I'm gonna be sunbathing. I'm going to damn water.
You don't want to like put the tanning lotion on and bake?
No, I ain't doing that. I ain't gonna come out orange and nothing. Nah, fuck that.
Yeah, he's back there doing his thing. That way. Oh, I don't know directions. Water! Christian, as usual. Steve, he came back from his guys' weekend and when we were eating and he thought he was about to yell at me. I gave him such a look and then he did that thing where he realized what he was about to do, so he just sits there. That he was like, I was with the guys and and I'm like, y'all about to get him in trouble. Water. This is fair. Yes. I'm 5-star frog splashing in that water, though. Right? I love sunbathing, though, but I do love a good dip in the fjord, too. I mean, that's fair. So I don't know what's going on with the fish and chips, but there's a YouTube and is like Gordon Ramsay cooks fish and chips, and he looks over at me and he's like, "Babe," and I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Fish and chips," and I'm like, "Oh, it's just something with the guys," and I'm like, "Sir, I wasn't there. I don't understand."
Look, I saw fish and chips, and then it just blew up from there. Just blew up.
Welcome back. All right, do we want to do another this and that, or does anybody like want to ask any kind of questions, writing sprints, what we want to do?
The choice is yours.
I know what voice you wanted to use. Oh, some book themed ones.
No, that's fine. We don't gotta do that.
Oh, we're gonna do that if people want it.
Questions. Well,
Okay, look, if you got questions, then ask them. But if you don't got questions, because like for the one video, I was like, what do y'all want? A Q&A or like a video or a stream? And people voted Q&A. And then I was like, okay, what's your questions? And nobody gave me any Q's to A. And I'm like, I can't give you Q's. I can't give you A's if there's no Q's. Oh, the patron saint of the stream is here. She like glows. She's so just white. She glows. StreamYard is lagging with the comments a bit. Thank you, Michael. Remember to like the stream. What is your book writing goals?
To write a book.
That's what I was going to say, to write a book. I mean, I have a whip I'm working on, and I just want to write it and publish it and have people enjoy it.
Yeah, I'd like to knock out this first book at least. Get the ball rolling there. If only I had a good CP, the cheaper.
Which CP are you trying to shit talk? And do remember that I am one of your CPs.
Look, man, if you're not guilty, then you shouldn't be acting guilty.
I ain't acting guilty. I'm side-eyeing you. Because I don't know what you were about to say. All right, so as for not for her, I completed the final rounds of beta and I got all of the information. So I want to go through and revise it one more time, and then I'm going to find an editor for it. But because of things, it had to get put on the back burner. But I do hope to have it up next quarter on my website. This is no way to get some water, babe.
Well, I'm probably not going to get it anyway.
Water. Do you want me to bring you the water? I'll bring you the water.
Water.
Oh my God.
I need some water.
Hey, Michael. Michael, come downstairs and come take this water to Daddy. Here you go. Take this water to Daddy. Yeah. Now I gotta find the water that was. There we go.
What are you doing?
Now you have water. Thank you, Michael. He is a good egg. He's a very good egg. I know all about things, right? Like, I had plans for this quarter, and then September hit, and it was like, oh, you wanted to exist? No, we're sorry. You're just gonna sleep for a week and then not be able to do much else since.
What?
It took two Michaels, but we got him some water. The power of the Michaels gets Chris his water.
Water.
Water? Please, sir. What genre is your whip?
No, he's talking about your whip.
Well, answer.
Whip,
you answer
first. Rap. Urban fantasy.
Mine is
urban fantasy.
Mine
That's
is dark fantasy. Mine
it's about
is
vampires and shit.
sir. We will come for you. Mine is a fantasy that might be a dark fantasy romance. I'm still working on the outline and looking at how intertwined the romance is with the plot. So, but part of my issue is I know like the general plot of my nose. I know the general plot of the whole series, and so I'm trying to like narrow down book 1 at the moment. Oh, well, I hope that your mom's doing better, Candy.
Right.
Michael
Right.
said you're welcome. Say thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
We've been invaded by our child. Whip it back and forth.
Whip it.
The
Wrap
kitten
it.
of doom. Whip it. So, how's everybody else's works in progress going? What y'all's plans?
Michael, how's your work in progress going?
Michael's not gonna.
He can be working on a Minecraft world. We don't know what he's doing with his life.
It's probably something Among Us related right now. You know that. Whip the kitty back. Steve's is going great, except a dodgy CP, he says.
What? I didn't even see that till now. Well, okay, I'm gonna remember that. Bet. Screenshot this shit.
Oh my god. I'm about to start round 2 of my short story, The Night at the Museum. Ooh, I am intrigued. So I don't know what Ink It is. What about Wattpad books exactly? This Michael is finishing his manuscript and currently submitting to publishers. Oh yeah. I'm glad that you like a live chat. I prefer them to be living too, but dead chat would be very sad.
What?
Beta reading is a thing that is in my life a lot. Yeah, you're getting there. You're getting there. Outlining my novella currently, Shadow and Hope. It's a superhero fantasy action adventure.
That's a lot.
Yes. Can I help you? Yeah, I was waiting for the comments to load. And then after my beta reader and I finish each other's books, I'm gonna revise my big honkin' whip for the next beta round. Oh, that's a lot. Good luck with that. Inkit is the world's first reader-powered publisher, providing a platform to discover hidden talents and turn them into globally successful authors, according to Google. Interesting.
I don't know what that means.
I assume because, like, I know Wattpad has a feature where after you finish a story, you can actually have it printed on demand through Wattpad, and then so people can, like, buy the book. I assume it's something like that.
Okay.
I'm outlining part 1, finished outlining part 3. Part 2 is just not.
It's not available. Just
Oh,
big empty section, I guess, with no part 2 involved. We don't know how we got to part 3.
it's just a giant, like, time skip. That's all. We'll summarize it later. All right, so we're gonna do this books, this or that, and then I guess we can do a writing sprint. since I saw at least one person wanted to do one. So.
Okay. Y'all get
All
to
right.
sprint today. Stig. Need some shit done.
All right. So buy or borrow books?
Bye.
I buy them so I can make other people borrow them. Chat, what about you? Let me pull the pop-up back.
You can't replicate the new book smell. It's like a new car smell.
Buy. I am a hoarded. I assume you mean hoarder.
No, he's been hoarded. Like, I guess like someone is hoarding multiple of him.
Steve? Oh no. I'm greedy. Buy. That's fair. Buy. I mean, buy. So we've got a lot of buyers here. Well, does library count as borrow? Because if library counts as
Yes.
borrow, then I have to change my answer to borrow.
How would it not be borrow?
Because I belatedly remembered that I read most of my books via the library now.
I mean, so do I, but I prefer if I just bought them.
Yeah, I read a lot. I don't necessarily like all of them, so I guess I'll stick with borrow then. Same, bruh. Same. Classics or contemporaries? I'll take contemporaries. I don't like most classics. I side-eye them so hard. Sam doesn't return them. I do it through an ebook app, so they return themselves.
I think
said
classics.
library.
BlackBerry. Classics, though.
Michael's got a YouTube emoji. Yep, I saw. There's no such thing as a contemporary, Steve. But which classics? Which classics do you like? Because the Grapes of Wrath can burn in a dumpster. Procrastination. One sitting or slow and steady?
I'm a slow and steady. I ain't doing no one sitting, nothing.
Probably closer to a one sitting than a slow and steady. I read slowly, but I get through a lot of it in one go.
Yeah, but
Fellow
no.
No, you can't depend on the situation, because that's probably true of most people. Yes, Michael, I like your emoji. Sci-fi or fantasy? Oh.
That's
That's fair, though.
whatever.
That's fair.
Whatever his explanation was, it is correct. You do need 10-foot HDMI cables.
They are very useful. I like a selected few classics like The Hobbit, but I love the current book verse in light of diversity and themes. Yeah, I just like a lot of contemporary. I just like how it's written better, usually, as well. Slow and non-existent. It's fair. Fantasy. Fantasy or sci-fi? I prefer fantasy to sci-fi.
I think I read more sci-fi, but I don't know.
But which do you prefer?
I don't know. It's really hard because like I've read good both. I read shitty both. I read a lot of shitty both. I'm gonna still say sci-fi.
See, we have a lot of people here who refuse to take a side.
It's like choosing your favorite child. Oh, that's kind of easy. It depends on the day.
I was about to said depends on the day. Some days. But
Some days I cry. Sometimes I'm scared of you. And
Eva has chosen a side fantasy. Indoor or outdoor? It doesn't provide any further context. Just indoor or outdoor. I didn't mean to click that.
Well, what if I go eat at In and Out? Then I subverted the system.
Then you'd be on the other side of the continent.
There's one in Texas.
Sir, this shouldn't even be a competition for you, indoor or outdoor.
Indoor.
I prefer the outdoors, but I cannot go outdoors, much as I would love to.
Outdoor reading. I ain't reading shit
Oh, that's
outside.
fair. I stick with my answer then. Outdoor reading.
Nah. Fuck that.
No, Stieg's right. It's a books this or that. So reading indoor or outdoor would make the most sense.
Well, why can't it be writing? Oh no, it's books still. Never mind.
Adult or young adult? Adult.
Yeah, adult. I can't think of any young adult I've read. I've read The Hunger Games, 1, and The Giver, I guess. That's about it.
I see a lot. Adult. So about that
Adult.
YA I'm writing. No, I'm kidding, guys. Adult. Print. This is print / ebook. Those are two different formats. So we're going to allow for print and audiobook to be separate. Or print, ebook, or audiobook?
Ebook. It's a lot simpler. The book doesn't have to get wet or anything, or you can read it anywhere. It fits in your pocket.
I want to prefer print books just because I really love reading print books. However, I do prefer ebooks because I can change the font and the color of the thing in back, and that really helps with both my dyslexia and my migraines. So, ebooks.
Ebooks.
Print, ebook, but sometimes print. Where are you reading where it's wet?
Okay, when I grew up in Florida, it rains like every fucking day. So like, and I'd walk home like a mile to my house. So it's like, and I'd walk home when it's raining. It didn't matter what's going on. So books got wet. I'm sorry. That's what happens. They get wet, Steve.
Oh my god.
Where am I reading? Because, man, things just get wet. But you know what? This phone right here, water resistant up to 9 meters of depth. You can't fuck with that.
Are you done now?
I'm done.
Okay.
Where am I reading? Where it's wet, man. Sometimes shit happens.
You said you were done. All right, so about this, the reason this is because when the YA boom happened in the early to late 2000s, no, the early to mid 2000s, sorry, publishers were like, oh, YA is really popular. So like we got to hop on that, and they would make authors who were writing adult fiction de-age their characters and market it as YA. So there's a lot of books in the YA age category that are not actually young adult books. They're just labeled and marketed as young adult so that publishers could capitalize on the trend. And it's shitty and they need to stop. I don't know if they still do anymore, but it's like really fucked with a lot of people's perception of what should be young adult and what is adult. I have this image of a perpetual No, Florida. When I lived there, the native Floridians would tell me that they have what was it? You've got 3 seasons: hot, less hot, and hurricane.
Hurricane season.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it rains a lot, and it thunderstorm when I'd get off school. So everything gets wet, and it has like 64% humidity at like any given fucking time.
Florida is like a bunch of it's swamps and marshlands and beach mostly, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So
like
I
the
was
whole
wondering.
state's made out of like limestone or something, so you can't even dig 6 feet.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why you can't like be buried in Florida. You can't. I mean, you can, but it's just like
Not
no.
very deep. The gators will eat you. In Cali, it's early summer, summer, late summer, and next summer.
That's like Mary and Pippin. It's like early dinner, late dinner, next
Okay.
dinner.
So this next one says quiet or background noise. I actually can't like read if it's 100% silent, so I have to go with background noise.
No, it has to be quiet. I don't know how any of you people do anything when there's shit in the back. I can't do that.
I had to survive from a large, loud family. See, okay, so Florida's a weird state. They have something called like what is it? Sun rain, summer shower, sunny showers, a sun shower? Help me, Floridian.
I don't know what the fuck they're called.
They're like sun showers or something. Either way, you will look at the sky. It's 100% sunny, not a cloud to be seen, but somehow it's still raining. And trying to drive in that is not fun. Ambience, but no people. Silence, quiet, white noise app, complete quiet. Steve says
Steve
sun
had it.
shower. Thank you, Steve.
Well, then that's what we got.
Completely quiet. Okay, so we will do a 20-minute writing sprint now. Florida be wild, though. What kind of timer do we want?
A DO timer.
I don't know if they have DO timers.
I'm gonna look one up now.
Wouldn't that like not work? Because DO's whole thing is that he stops time.
You don't gotta try to make sense.
Someone over there mad about logic.
Here it is. There's one here that says DO counts to 10 and it's 20 seconds long.
No. We're gonna go with this Halloween one I found. No, we're saving the fish timer for Sophie's birthday. 20-second writing sprint. Quick, go.
We'll just repeat it like 100 times.
No, I'm not doing that. Okay, so for those who are here but are not like here regularly for like my write-ins and stuff, so you don't necessarily know what a writing sprint is, basically I'm gonna put a 20-minute timer up on the screen and everybody's gonna focus on like what they're doing. Sometimes people sew, sometimes they write, sometimes they work on an outline, read, make dinner, work out, just whatever you want to do with that 20 minutes. We're just all kind of doing it together. And then we tell each other what we did at the end of it. Oh, nope, you're not allowed to have.
No, I want to hear it.
No, I don't. Okay.
I'll just make my own Hollywood music. Do 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 do.
Are we ready then? Three.
I want to write
2.
stuff. How do I do it?
You can't. You're not the host.
Well, make me the host.
3, 2, 1, go.
Got me fucked up.
And we're back. So what
We're
did
back.
everybody...
We're back. We're back.
So what did everybody do during the sprint? I worked a bit on some of the information that I need for the Silver Air for the characters. Like finalizing some ages for the beginning of it.
Ooh.
Is this stuck in your
So
face?
I'm still working on this playlist because I feel if I get this right, I can use it for my thing.
The Halloween playlist would probably work really well for an urban fantasy, yeah.
Yeah, especially since I stole most of these songs from shitty urban fantasy movies. And I did work a little bit on that short because I'm down to like the last few pages of revisions. So
I always appreciate everybody reminding people to like the streams. Thank you.
like the stream,
I don't want that
like the
song
stream,
stuck in my
like the stream. Well, would you
head.
rather have? Would
I
you
would.
take it all
I'm
away?
90s grunge
Take
girl. Yes, I would. I edited my upcoming tropes video. Oh yeah. Hung out on Twitter. That's fair. Added a few romance scenes to my act 2. Still a hot mess though, but a romantic hot mess. Oh, this is the best hot mess.
Well, you are a
Got
professional.
home and
Then.
started dinner. I'm gonna do homework during the break. Cool, cool. Sir, it sounds like you're procrastinating. The call out.
I am procrastinating.
Do you prefer this one or this one? Okay, we're going with
This one.
Nom nom nom's lunch. What time is it for you that you're having lunch now?
Probably like maybe they're having lunch now and they're just calling it lunch.
Gotta love those trips to the store that take hours and hours and hours. That's what happens when you shop in person. Dun dun dun.
Yeah, you get out the house.
That's not what I meant. And you know it.
I think.
I see comments on the pop-up, but StreamYard's being slow, so. Eva says it's a late lunch at 2:30.
That's still like way behind.
It's 8:30 at night for us, so that's 6 hours behind us.
Yeah.
It's 2:30 and 12 hours different from Steeg. I would like some lunch too, or whatever lunch is during night, a munch.
Think it's a midnight snack.
Is it? I guess a midnight snack could be anything between like midnight and 6 in the morning when
That's
it
how I feel.
goes over to breakfast. Audra's having a late dinner at 6 p.m. That's just kind of wild that because that's just normal dinner for us is at 6, and that's late dinner for her. Oh, it's a midnight lunch, a munch. Okay. Child.
Elbow cough dab. What the hell?
If you look in the YouTube, hold on. Can I share the screen? Let me see if I can share it. No, not that one.
Oh, it's different. Huh.
Yeah, it's an actual dab in that one. Our child is dabbing in the chat. Well, that's fair. I think you're not actually supposed to eat like late, but because my body refuses to function like how you're supposed to, I just eat at any point in the day. Yes, Michael, we saw it. We saw the little dab emoji.
Why, Dad? Why?
Because it's what he likes, sir. See, he did it again.
Did he?
Yeah, it hasn't popped up in StreamYard yet.
Oh, I dab. Oh my God. He's dabbing everywhere. I can't
I
just pick the dab.
I can believe it. That's what I was saying. It's just wild at how like differently some people's schedules can be. Michael said I dab, Stig said I stab, but more importantly, are you gonna say I'm fab? Oh, I'm sad. That's a different turn than where I was going with it. Wait, what? I missed a thing.
I know, I missed something too.
Oh,
I don't
fancy
understand.
people eat lunch late though. And Audra said if they
Oh,
can afford candles. Because at first I was like, wait a second. You like don't have lights or something? But yes. Thank you. I try. Don't be sad. I dab,
don't
I
be.
stab, but more importantly, I crab.
Like,
For some reason, all of the
why does the
emojis
dab
showed up,
not work?
but not the dab. All right. So, if anybody has any questions about the silver air, feel free to just like ask them if you want. Yes, that's a lovely YouTube emoji, Michael. Otherwise, though, we're gonna do another this or that, and then we'll do one more writing sprint and then get off because I'm starting to. It's like raining, and I'm starting to feel it right here. So, Candy, StreamYard won't let me put your comment up, but we love you. We will see you another day.
Oh wow,
I
that is.
I picked out what I hoped would be a fun timer for the last sprint of the night. I hope you can see it on the replay, Candy. I'm not telling you what it is. It's a surprise.
No, I was wondering what Stig was talking about.
Okay, so there's this plot point that it's a big plot point, so I can't even really like allude to what happens with it. However, it's Tabby. No, you can't. Tabby already knows what it is. So I was talking to Stig about it, who had only read part of the outline for book 1, but I had assumed I had already told him of this plot point. And so we're just sitting there in conversation, and I just rattle off the plot point, and he was like, "Wait, what?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, that happens." And he's like, it was just so great. But now we were like talking about it, and I'm talking about like things that lead up to that plot point, and he was not appreciative of it. And then I was like, and you know what's even worse? It happens in the last book. So like you get to read all of the books leading up to the last book in anticipation of it happening. So it's okay, Ninja. You came in. You caught us.
Too late. Too late.
Spoilers. I was super vague. All you know is something sad happens in the last book, as it should in most writing. So I wish you give to Michael. It's okay. Tabby understands. She relates. It's not too late, Crease. It's never too late. Then he air guitared, but there it is. There's the air guitar.
Oh,
Yes, Fox, I know, my child. He's dabbing all over the place. and
Yeah.
liking and subbing. If I ever like lose 3 subscriptions in one day, I'm just gonna assume the children's got upset at me and just all unsubscribed for some reason. So, what genre is everybody else writing in? Because you all know that I'm writing a dark fantasy romance, and he's doing an urban fantasy. What's everybody else doing?
Suburban fantasy.
Suburban. Oh, that's one of my future whips that I have a thought dump for is like this witch mom who raised her son, but like he doesn't know anything about magic, and he just like when he finds out that his mom's like this super powerful witch, he's like, my mother who just like drinks Starbucks and does yoga, and he's like, no, my mom just runs an Etsy shop for like candles and stuff. And she's like, no, son, I'm also a powerful warrior. It's fine.
But I think it'd be funny if like he opens the fridge and there's like a, like a cauldron or something inside. He's like, Mom, do we got any more sweet tea? Is he trying to move the thing around?
She's not so obvious, but it would probably be something more akin to like just a kind of like the tea jar. It's just very obviously comically Halloween aesthetic. And he's just like, oh my God, my mom always decorates in that, just like year round. But like her actual cauldron is in her study where he can't see it. Space opera, sci-fi space opera, myself, with a little science and a lot of fiction. I love that though. That elf ruined my lawn. I just mowed it. What did the elf do? My current work is literary fiction and magical realism. Is that... I don't know. I'm not familiar with the magical realism genre.
Magical realism is when magic is commonplace in the world and it's not like something special.
Okay, so contemporary fantasy.
Kinda. Maybe? I don't know.
Contemporary fantasy is just a fantasy world that takes place on modern Earth. Magic can be commonplace or it can be hidden. So.
Well, there's no hiding in magical realism.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Contemporary fantasy can be either. Could be either or.
The only example I have off the top of my head is this. Oh shit! I don't remember what it's called. Never mind. Get back to me. I'll get back to you.
What it sounds like is some people were like, contemporary fantasy isn't specific enough, so we now have magic realism.
Well, it doesn't have to be contemporary because the example I have isn't in contemporary setting at all.
Excuse me while I Google. Because, like, oh no! Where did you go? Well, Chris has left us. We'll never see him again. Oh, here he is.
Reloaded by mistake.
I looked at magical realism. It said another term for magic realism.
Yeah, I was right. It was. Well, I didn't say it, but it's like water for chocolate is the one I was thinking of. So.
That is how a lot of subgenres are, and it's just like, okay. But yeah. If magic is common in a non-contemporary, that's what I mean. I'm like, that's where I get confused.
Yeah, I don't, because. Yeah, but no, I don't know. It's really.
This isn't the horror genre. I don't know all of the subgenres super well. Is with magic or supernatural phenomena presented in otherwise real world or mundane settings. It's just weird because it just sounds like regular, like just fantasy. Not to be confused with science fantasy. That's good to know.
Okay, well, if you go down all the way down to Wiki, it's like this. It says prominent English language fantasy writers have said that magic realism is just another name for fantasy fiction. And I mean, yes, but I've read enough to like there's a difference to me, so it's just
You can't remember a lot of examples though. So I just feel like somebody wanted a special category and they felt that fantasy wasn't specific enough.
well, apparently if it's really commonplace in like Latin America, so that's why
I've
I
actually seen some discourse on that because like there's a novel called Mexican Gothic that's a horror novel that a lot of ads and stuff will say is magical realism because and the author is from Latin America. I think I know which country, but I don't want to say which country in case I'm wrong. But and they're actually like really upset because people keep labeling it as magical realism and it's just horror.
I
So
mean I get it. It's just one of those things, I guess.
I mean if you want to use the term magical realism, that's fine. It just sounds I can't think of the word.
It's like
Like
from
you're
all
trying
the
to
ones that
hoity toity.
it's from what I've read, it like kind of blends it with like surrealism as well. So like you have that and the
So like a
magical
fairy tale?
aspect. Kind of. I would like yeah, something like that I would wager.
Because a lot of fairy tales work that way. They have fairy tales have like a root in realism, but like magic and everything is added to it. And in a lot of them, it's just like so commonplace that when somebody gets cursed, it's just like, oh well, they just got cursed.
So like one of the examples I saw was like Metamorphosis by Kafka, and in that one, like a dude just randomly turns into a big cockroach, and like nobody cares, and they're just like, "Man, you still need to do shit," and that's just kind of the story. And he like gets beat up by his family and stuff just because he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing, but he's a cockroach, you know.
See, but here's the thing. When you say magical realism, and it sounds like what it is, realism, but with magic, I think contemporary fantasy. Because contemporary is fiction that takes place in a more realistic setting. So if it takes place in a realistic setting but it has magic, contemporary fantasy. That's what I think of. It does it's a very fun term.
Yeah, I remember doing it in AP English and some other stuff. So
Yeah,
it's
I see
hard
it.
to narrow down, and it's just like one of those
See,
things where like it could fit anywhere really. So
I see a lot of the comments in chat are basically just kind of repeating the same sentiment in that it is a subgenre of fantasy, and that's the word that everybody is looking for. Subgenre. But like I said, it feels like it's a term for something that already exists, but is being more what's the word I'm looking for? More shoehorned into like a corner. Having never seen the show or anything related to it, would Avatar qualify? Everyone can throw fire, so nobody cares.
Not everybody can throw fire. And I mean, all right, it's not like not everybody cannot. Everybody from a specific nation can't do.
Benders exist and are commonplace. Therefore, people are not surprised that benders exist and are commonplace is the sentiment he means.
Nah, what he said was, can anybody do the fire thing?
That is not what he said. He said, does it count as magical realism? I don't know if I've seen Life of Pi, so I can't speak to that example.
Yeah, I know about it. I just don't know what the magical aspect of that is. Like there's the dude and the tiger, and they don't kill each other. So I don't know.
If every baby isn't able to throw fire, they're bad babies. So, for everybody whom is choosing to just say that magical realism is a subgenre of fantasy as opposed to explaining the difference between magical realism and like something like contemporary fantasy, what would you say is the difference between magical realism and a fairy tale where magic is commonplace and everyday? Supernatural is contemporary fantasy, but like magic, I think. Let me check. But supernatural, I don't think would count as magical realism by the definition I looked up because it's not commonly known. It's hidden.
Yeah, that's like we talked about, not supernatural, but Harry Potter, which kind of follows into that kind of thing. And no, it wouldn't count.
Technically, supernatural is occult detective fiction, which the earlier seasons, I agree with this. Oh no. What? I don't know what that is, and I don't know if I wanna. Are you talking about Final Fantasy, Kefka?
Oh,
Or
the dude who wrote Metamorphosis is named Francis Kafka.
oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, I was misreading that name. That's not Kefka.
Yeah, that's not Kafka. That's not. Woo, 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 woo.
I mean, it's kind of like, okay, so contemporary fantasy and urban fantasy are only different because urban fantasy is supposed to take place in a city, but they used to be the same thing. But people decided that that wasn't good enough, and so that urban fantasy would also have to take place in a city. And that's the only difference, is that one takes place in a city and one doesn't have to take place in a city. Stupid clown man.
Ever since he poisoned the people, and there was sand on his boot.
I'd say magical realism is characterized by the magic as you conclude that you don't see. So it's not really any different from a fairy tale then. He should have gotten a therapist instead of writing books. I do not know anything about Kafka. And I don't think I want to now. I'll write a letter. If they ever remake Final Fantasy VI like they're doing 7 and they don't include the sandy boots scene, I will write a letter to Square. Will it be a strongly worded letter to Square?
It has to be.
I'm just going to speak to their manager. All right.
There's sand on my boot.
Many passive aggressive typos. Just to throw them off. All right, are we ready for the last sprint and then we'll wrap up the stream? I'm gonna take everyone's silence as a yes. Stieg said yes. Stieg replied.
Did he though?
He
How you
did.
get it quicker than I?
How did I get what? Because I have the thing popped up. All right, are we ready? We've got a monster race. I can shuffle the characters. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh. And we're back. Number 3, the clown thing is the winner.
No, I wanted the fucking Hopkinsville Goblin to win.
Was the Hopkinsville Goblin one of the monsters? Oh, so
there
it
was a little
is.
green alien, and they're the same thing.
I mean, yeah. Of course, the clown one. Fucking clowns. All right, so I'm not gonna like read all of the magical realism thing here, but what has just been defined now seems contradictory to what was said earlier. I don't know magical realism as a subgenre very well. From what I looked up very quickly. Go ahead.
I was like, I don't know it that well either. It just kind of exists. I've seen and read. Apparently, I've read and seen enough of it, so I kind of get it. It's just I don't also want to try to. There's just a lot of shit that goes into it, and I think it's needlessly complicated for what it tries to do.
What I will do, I will end up looking it up because my genres video did really well, and a lot of people really enjoyed it. So what I'm thinking of doing is a series of videos that like takes the different genre umbrellas, such as contemporary, fantasy, and horror, and breaking them down into their subcategories, which will require a lot of research because the only actual umbrella I'm confident that I know its sub genres well is horror. Like, I know fantasy okay, and sci-fi and we are not well acquainted. I do not know her. But I will learn. I will do the work and the research for everybody. So I'll figure out what is magical realism when I get to that point. But yeah, Chris and I basically just spent the 20-minute break messaging over Discord to try to figure out what magical realism is. Which you said Pan's Labyrinth was an example, which to me is just
The wiki does say Pan's Labyrinth is an example of magical realism.
So
and the wiki does say that fairy tales are an inspiration for magical realism. So
just
came full circle.
Yeah, from just the small like conversation we had, it just seems like magical realism is the modern day term for the darker side of fairy tales.
Yeah, and like
myths
I was
and
reading something else that was like myths and all that aren't magical realism, but like they fit the same way when you could have taken into account that like people who lived during that time where that it was a thing, if essentially kind of fulfilled the same kind of
it's just
thing.
Modern day fairy tales and myths. They did, from my current understanding, which I may correct later, but from what we talked about and what we looked up, it really just feels like it's modern day fairy tales that people just don't want to label as modern day fairy tales because of the connotation with fairy tales.
I think that's like a kind of fair assertion because there's like that old woman in the shoe or whatever the fuck ever, right? And like Blood and Chocolate deals with like this woman who like when she cooks and if she's feeling a particular emotion, the emotion is now imbued into the fucking food. So like she was like upset and she made her sister's wedding food and then she made it and then everybody started crying. And that's just there's different stuff like that happens in the book and the movie. So like
which I'm here for. It's just the way everybody was explaining it was very confusing because it's just like magic commonplace. That's just regular fantasy. But
that's what it was told to me. That's what it was. It was like it's magic that's commonplace and it has to be like accepted in a way. So like things like Harry Potter don't work because it's still like under lock and key in a way.
Yeah, it's hidden.
Even though the bulk of that thing, people
But
do
that-
know magic exists.
But that's the thing. In a lot of fantasy, magic isn't hidden. That's like when the magic is hidden, that's its own thing. So
Right. So that wasn't the best way to describe it. It's more like, I don't know. It's like you have to be really fucking real, and then there's
Yeah.
magic. So I don't.
So anyway, yeah, this wasn't a magical realism stream, so sorry everybody, but it was just trying to get answers, going in circles. All right, so I hope everybody did have a good time on the stream. Anyway, thank you everybody for subscribing and for staying subscribed. And oh look, the Dabber, he has come to visit us.
I have typed I love dab and I put on dab emojis and I did it for the YouTube.
Are you gonna
Okay.
dab again? Dab for the people, Michael.
Hold on, Daddy's telling you something. Did you hear him?
Nope, but I can hear it closer.
Dab for the people.
Okay.
You gotta go.
Yelling at Chris will never
You
not
gotta
be
go
fun.
that.
Michael, go. Okay. Okay, so I'm glad that you had a lot of fun yelling at Chris. And yes, that's like my favorite song. The Monster Mash, the Monster Mash. All right, so I'll see everybody hopefully Monday for more write-ins and stuff.
Please subscribe
And-
to Samantha L. Nasset at Writing Mom Samantha. She writes parent, and I don't know. I
Writes
don't
and
do any of
parents.
that.
Pretty good summarization.
I don't know. I don't do any of that stuff. I just shit post on Twitter most of the time, and occasionally do an Instagram post. But I do write, so I guess there's that.
Thank you. Yep, I am Writing Mom Samantha L. Nasset. This is my channel, Writing Mom Samantha L. Nasset, where I talk about writer things, parent things, and writer-parent things. I post videos on Wednesdays and host live streams with write-ins and sometimes topic discussions on Mondays. So thank you everybody for watching and participating, and hope to see you soon. Bye!